Okay, welcome to the Pro Soccer Tactics Pro Goal Review Series. This video tutorial is entitled Fouls, Fouls, and More Fouls. Costly, especially near the top of the box. The video tutorial features clips from the Women's World Cup 2011 and shows fouls committed by Laudehr of Germany, LePeilbet, Buehler, and Rapinoe of the U.S. national team. Hope you enjoy it. Here we have number 8 Matheson taking the throw-in for Canada and then passing it back to Sinclair. Sinclair cuts back away from the corner, away from traffic, and then gets chopped by Laudehr at the top of the box. For this, Laudehr receives a yellow card from the referee. And now Canada can take a free kick from a dangerous position on the field. Let's take a look at the foul again. Here's the chop. She goes right for the shins, doesn't play the ball at all. And here we have Sinclair lining up the ball for her free kick. Here's the wall from Germany. And here's the kick by Sinclair. What a beautiful kick in the upper right corner to make it 2-1. As you can see, she curls the ball over the wall, over the head of the German defender, into the upper right corner. A beautiful shot. Here's the foul again. What was she thinking? In the next clip, we have Sweden against the United States in the first round. Schelin going for the ball, getting chopped in the box by LePeilbet. The referee points directly to the spot for a PK against the United States. For this also, LePeilbet receives a yellow card. So yellow card for LePeilbet and a PK against the United States. Here's another look at the foul. Notice how LePeilbet plays the body, almost crashing into her, with no intent to play the ball, her arms outstretched, pulling Schelin down in the box. LePeilbet is lucky she didn't see red for the foul. This is not the way to play defense. And here we see Dahlquist taking the PK for Sweden. All right, 1-0 for Sweden against the United States. And Hope Solo has virtually no chance saving the PK. Okay, in the next video clip, we see Sweden building it up out of the back, the same game against the United States. Midfielder passes back to the left fullback. Left fullback sends a vertical pass to Sjoegran. Buehler mistimes the ball and keeps hacking away at Sjoegran, taking her down, not too far away from the top of the box. Okay, Buehler did not receive a card for this foul, but notice how she keeps chopping away, doesn't even play the ball, and quite obviously commits a foul in a dangerous area of the field. Here we see Fischer of Sweden lining up the ball. And here's her shot. Deflects off of LePeilbet's right knee and goes into the left corner of the goal. Hope Solo had no chance on this as the shot was deflected here off of LePeilbet and goes into the opposite corner. Here's the shot and the deflection. But if we take a look at the foul again, here's the pass again. Buehler mistimes the ball. She does not control it, but now feels she has to make up for this and keeps hacking away at Sjoegran. This is how the foul was committed. In the next video clip, we see Rapinoe miscontrolling the ball, and now she's racing after Ospina, picks up the ball and takes her legs out from under her. She claims that she's playing the ball here, making a gesture that she plays the ball, but if you look at the replay, she clearly had no intention of playing the ball. She takes out the legs. There we see Ospina suffers a chop to the legs, a brutal foul. This occurs in the 79th minute. The United States is up 3-0. There is absolutely no need for this brutality this late in the game. Fortunately for the United States, this foul gets blocked by the wall and doesn't result in a goal. But what is disturbing to me is the message that a player like Rapinoe is sending the world. As a representative of women's soccer in the United States, there is absolutely no need to commit such a brutal foul when you're winning 3-0 in the 79th minute. What message does that send the world? And just as important, what kind of coaching, management, and leadership does the U.S. women's national team have if they permit or encourage this type of behavior at the World Cup. In my opinion, it sets a very bad example for U.S. women's soccer. In the final video, we see Marta of Brazil, one of the best players in the world, popping the ball over Buehler's head to try to beat her, and then being taken down in the box for a PK. For this, Buehler gets a red card, so she is sent off, ejected from the game, and the U.S. must now play with 10 players instead of 11. And Brazil gets a PK, which they eventually converted, which then ties the score, sending the game into overtime. As you can see from the foul, Buehler just can't keep up with Marta. Buehler knows that Marta is faster than she is, so she decides to outmuscle her instead, thus bringing her to the ground and causing the foul in the box. To me, this is just as much a coaching error as a defensive error. You don't want to assign a player like Buehler, who has committed fouls near the area and is not the fastest defender on the pitch, to one of the nimblest, most competent and fast and speediest attackers of the world. You need a faster player to mark Marta. Let's recap some of the key points of this tutorial. Here's a field diagram showing exactly where these fouls were committed. The first foul that we saw was Laudehr of West Germany chopping down Sinclair outside the box here. The second foul was LePeilbet of the United States chopping down Schelin as she was breaking towards goal, and she was fortunate that she didn't see the red card here. This led to a yellow card for LePeilbet and then the penalty for Sweden to make it 1-0. The third foul that I showed was Buehler's foul on Sjoegran as she was marching forward right here near the top of the left part of the box here. The fourth foul that I showed was Rapinoe's chopping Ospina, number 4 of Colombia. That took place right about here. And the last foul that I showed was Buehler's chop of Marta right inside the box here, for which she received a red card. The United States had to play down a man, and the United States also suffered a penalty shot, which Marta eventually converted to tie the game. So as you can see, these fouls all took place in what one may consider to be very dangerous areas. Sometimes, a foul even as far out as here can be dangerous, or out here, by virtue of the fact that they can lead to chips inside the box or crosses, which are always very dangerous. But these fouls right here are especially dangerous because they lead to direct kicks right in or right near the box, which is always very dangerous. That's point number 1. In almost all of these fouls, we saw that they resulted in either goals being scored against the penalized team, and also they generated punitive yellow or red cards, which doesn't help the team either. So I asked the questions, were these fouls really worthwhile? In hindsight, obviously not, because they led to goals against the teams as well as punitive cards. This does not help the team, and in fact, it actually hurts the team and takes away from the attack mentality and the momentum that you need to build up to win games. So what can the coach do to control such behavior? It's my opinion that the coach is ultimately responsible for the attitude and the philosophy of the players of the team. Okay, is this going to be a team that focuses on physical force, as in this case the United States demonstrated throughout the World Cup, or is it going to be a team like Japan, who plays a very tactical and technical game and tries to build up play like Barcelona does? If you watch the Japanese women, they play almost like a Barcelona type of game. They push it around into space, they open up, they maintain possession, and they build up the play very nicely. I got to be honest with you. I haven't been all that crazy about the way the U.S. women's national team has been playing in this World Cup. This team is a far cry from the good old days of Mia Hamm and Christine Lilly, Brianna Curry, Brandi Chastain, when they played a very high-quality, technical, constructive approach to the game. Whenever I see an overly physical team, a team that emphasizes force over technical, constructive play, I always look at the responsibility of the coach. And I ask myself, is this coach really doing a good job? What is the emphasis or the purpose of play? What is the philosophy, the overall approach to the game? Good coaches discourage committing useless, cheap fouls anywhere near the penalty area, because it only hurts the team in the end, as we've seen. Players who repeatedly commit fouls like this should be benched, like a Buehler, for example. They are simply too big of a risk to have on the field, and they hurt the team. Buehler received a red card and generated 2 very dangerous fouls against the United States, which led to goals. Finally, defenders must learn to control their emotions. They must play smart, tackle surgically, not recklessly. In an upcoming video, which will be available by subscription, I will show you some examples of some top players, how they defend. They get the job done. They play defense without committing brutal fouls that lead to goals. This will be a fascinating video, so I hope you stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Thank you.